I'm simply warning you once more. Use the stairs instead of the elevator. You're a third-rate employee with no right to use this building's amenities. All of you laborers are jerks who don't know the first thing about politeness. Do you hold a college diploma? You most likely did not even complete high school.
Sorry, Chief, but what's the problem with taking a public elevator? That rule was never mentioned during the briefing. If there is a specific case that I am not aware of, please let me know and I am confident that we can work something out.
You're a damn laborer. That should be enough to keep you away from the elevators. I'm the CEO of a building company. We inhabit two entirely distinct worlds. Do you get what I'm saying? When you reach my rank, you realize how critical it is to let your superiors go first.
Sir, I merely have a simple question. I'm not sure why you're taking this so personally. In this company, I've never heard of a single law that forbids someone from using the elevator. If anything has changed in the last few months, please let me know, otherwise, I feel what you're claiming is discrimination.
Who do you think you are? You're acting all high and mighty despite the fact that you're a low-wage construction worker. You think you'll get away with saying it to your boss? You know I can make you lose your job just like that? Do you want it to happen? Better yet, perhaps I'll completely cut ties with your company. What would happen next? You'll need to ask your boss's forgiveness.
Making such a fast decision to terminate relationships because of a simple query. I'm sorry, but I don't get you. If you continue to cut ties with collaborating companies and are perceived as difficult to deal with, you will only harm your own reputation.
Is that all you think you know better than me? Do you believe your pitiful opinion is so significant? If I wanted to, I could just destroy your company. There are many more options. You'd be astonished at how many third-grade pigs will do anything for some pocket money.
How will your employees perceive you if they discover that their CEO is a money-hungry man who readily replaces people who work for him? Though I think my counsel will be ignored this year because you regard me as a useless construction worker with no power. Are you even allowed to make such a huge choice as cutting off plans without consulting your coworkers? Furthermore, our contract stipulates that you have the right to abandon your plans to work with us until a severe issue emerges.
Just shut up. You're excavating your own grave. Do you really comprehend your situation? You have no right to direct my movements in this manner. If I want to call in a job, that's exactly what I'll do. That's how much power I have.
Simply because you have power does not give you the right to abuse people left, right, and center. Even the personnel who report to you have their own lives to live. I'm sorry, but I don't believe I've said anything that contradicts the company's policy. I believe you are the one who is out of line.
Your entire demeanor toward me is out of line. Those in power in our society have the authority to run things however they see fit. And those who report to the leaders must do exactly what they are taught. So if I say you're in the wrong, it's because you're in the wrong. So quit arguing with me and figure out where you belong.
Do you show this level of disrespect to all of your coworkers? I'm astonished they're still employed by you. I can't believe you're an adult and still behave like a schoolyard bully. There's a difference between being a leader and being an abuser.
You wouldn't know how to run a business. Do you really believe you'll win this argument? Because you currently have all of the cards stacked against you. You have no idea how powerful I am. You should return to school and study about social hierarchy again. Also, learn some manners while you're at it. So, how old are you? You've most likely been living this disrespectful lifestyle your entire life.
If I need to regain my manners, it appears that you need return to basic human relationships. I had no idea you were such a disrespectful man.
You keep interrupting me. Do you believe that is acceptable in any way? And what happened to those reports you sent in? Are you certain you reviewed them? A high school student could have done better. How have you missed the mark this much?
I filled out all of the information in the templates you provided, but was there an error somewhere? If you give me the specifics, I can always get it sorted up. But I followed your instructions properly.
I had no idea you could acquire a full-time job with such mediocre writing skills. You are aware that your entire organization is a disgrace. You have no idea what it takes to accomplish a decent job. I can't believe I have to continually reminding you slackers how to do your job and you still screw up so badly.
So, I followed your instructions and used the exact template you gave. So, if there were any problems with the finished product, couldn't it have been a flaw in your template? Obviously, if the foundations aren't firm enough, the finished product won't sound as professional. Why not go over your template again and see if it meets your company's standards? You did not say that just now.
Say it again. Are you suggesting you don't like the way we do things? What are you thinking? You're blaming your own mistakes on me because you couldn't complete a simple assignment.
Please, relax. It was just a thought. I'm just trying to figure out what's wrong with you. After all, I want this task to go as smoothly as possible for you. So, let's figure out what happened and move on from there. But, if it was a problem on my end, please accept my heartfelt apologies for any trouble caused, and I will make certain that the matter is resolved.
You should have just acknowledged that from the start and accepted the blame. You are the one who is incorrect. Please hurry and get those docs up to my expectations right now. You just have one day, so I'd better get things completed before then.
Could you please review the issues raised in the document? I can't fix anything if I don't know exactly what needs to be fixed.
I told you to get used to it. So you'd best do it all yourself. I don't have to justify myself. Stop expecting someone to hold your hand through everything you do. You're no longer in high school. Take on the role of a responsible adult. You're not at the age where you should be expecting answers.
I get it. Is that all you wanted to say? If that's the case, I'll return to work because I need to get everything done right away. Please pardon me.
Hello, William. I hope I caught you at a favorable moment. How was your day at work? I'm assuming everything went fine today. I hope you weren't interrogated by the chief.
Oh, Roy. Okay, hello. I had just ended my day's work. However, you guessed it. The chief yelled at me about the most trivial of matters. He was chastising me for using the elevator. Because of how shallow his reasons for being furious were, I didn't know what to say. But I attempted to react as professionally as I could to demonstrate that what he was saying was completely ludicrous, but I'm not sure if the message reached him.
I enjoy how you're putting him in his place. See, he once threw hot coffee all on me at work. I'll never forget how painful it was. When I'm around him these days, I can't help but become paranoid.
What's that? I've never heard you say anything about it. Did you bring this up with the other managers? That must be a breach of your rights, and it may even result in his dismissal if news gets out.
I had intended to inform the other higher-ups, but he began blackmailing me about it. He informed me that his company doesn't need anyone who can't solve their own problems, and that if I sought assistance from someone else, he'd fire me right away. So, sadly, there is nothing I can do about the problem.
I didn't expect him to go that far. Yes, I'm sure most individuals in your situation would respond similarly and be helpless.
It's annoying, but it can't be avoided. But it's not just me, everyone around me is sick of dealing with him.
Really? How is he still working?
Perhaps power. But there are those who succumb to him and eventually break. I've known a lot of newcomers to the company who resigned right away after being abused by him because they couldn't endure the mental health harm. The brighter you are at work, the more the boss harasses you to get you to quit as soon as possible. It's as if he doesn't want anyone working for him.
That's what's been going on, huh? That explains his extreme prejudice against low-wage workers, I suppose. I mean, I've seen it firsthand.
Yes. That's the kind of guy he is. Discuss his superiority complex. He'll rant about how you're doing a poor job at whatever you're doing right now without explaining why. It's all because he relishes the notion that those under him are powerless to resist. Oh, he treats female workers even worse. He's a heartless abuser, and it's exacerbated when he's dealing with a vulnerable girl in the office. The superior they appear to be in front of someone, the worse they are treated. Unfortunately, that is how it works. Who knows what he gets up to with ladies who are forced to obey him due to power relations? It's abhorrent. He's also married.
That, Jesus, is genuinely evil. How can someone be so brazenly hateful in front of so many people? But to think he's treated me so poorly. I think he'd be condescending to anyone.
It's totally in character for him. I mean, I want it all to end just as much as the next person, but I'm afraid that if I take matters into my own hands, the repercussions won't be beautiful. I know I should speak up for myself, but I can't since he has the potential to end my career.
You're correct. Don't be concerned. There is no way a man who has abused so many people can be allowed to have so much power for much longer. I'm sure he'll have his day in court soon.
Hey, don't you recall anything I said? I told you that low-life trash like you have no right to utilize the company elevator. You deserve to climb the stairwell. Don't expect to get away with a light kick like you did today if this continues.
Are you conscious of what you've done? How inappropriate were your actions? How can you just walk up to someone and kick them? You're aware that this resulted in my hospitalization. How will you accept responsibility for this? I've had back discomfort all afternoon as a result of how I fell.
You're so frail. Are you certain you aren't a woman? You made a big deal out of a minor tap. With an injury like that, you probably didn't need to go to the hospital at all. You know, the guy I kicked before you took it like a champ and kept working. After all, I did warn you the first time you took the elevator. It was entirely your fault for failing to obey your superior's directives.
They say that karma comes back to those who do horrible things, and this is exactly what will happen. I'll win, and you'll lose everything.
Do you honestly believe anything so absurd will occur out of nowhere? If you're going to talk about karma, wouldn't you believe if I was a nasty guy, I'd lose my job as CEO? I'm not sure what you're trying to accomplish with your little retribution attempt because you don't have much power.
I've got enough of talking to you. Everything is now in place. All evidence relating to your harassment of others has been turned over to the authorities. I'll quit pretending to work for you because I've gathered all the information I need.
What do you mean? Did you knock your head while falling? I'm not sure what you're referring to. Whatever you have planned, I'll always win. That I guarantee.
I'm sure you won't be talking like that once you know who I really am.
Who are you? You're a scumbag third-grade underpaid employee. Do you believe I'm afraid of you? What, after all, would make a CEO like me fearful of my position? Tell me.
I am in charge of regulating workplace safety investigations.
Right, then. What made you think that? You expect me to believe you? Are you really trying to convince me that you were a workplace safety investigator who purported to work for me?
You get it now. That is precisely what I mean.
So it's all a lie to make me appear bad? Is that correct?
You're correct. I went undercover as a worker to determine whether your company matched the legal requirements.
No way! I don't believe it! How could you? Was it really necessary for you to come here and check my workplace?
Exactly. We have received complaints about your company since its inception, with many leaving before their contract expired. So we decided to conduct an internal investigation to determine the source of this and see whether it was the consequence of something more sinister. And take a look at all of the evidence we gathered regarding your bad behavior.
This is not possible. What was the identity of the informant? Who made it so that the authorities were looking into our company?
I am unable to reveal any of that information. But I never imagined it would be so simple to obtain proof against you. Regardless, my investigation has come to an end. The outcomes are final. If you have anything else to say, please do not message me since I will not respond. Instead, the cops will come to your house later on. So, when the time comes, please inform them.
You cannot do that. I've made no mistakes. We recently had a minor mishap in which you fell. There is no evidence to suggest that I was directly responsible.
So far, my investigation has yielded a plethora of further data. I spoke with particular persons within the firm to determine how far your abuse had progressed. So I believe there are more than enough facts to show that you were a nasty leader from the start.
Nothing matters. I'm the CEO, and everything I say gets done. Everyone who dealt with me deserved it. They couldn't even complete the most basic of tasks, so I taught them.
Please repeat all of that to the cops if they see you. Also, don't assume I'm bluffing. I've also turned in a report about your attack on me, so you'll surely be seeing the cops.
You've missed my point. I warned you not to use the elevator since you were not permitted. I was simply carrying out my duties. I'm sure I could have done things differently, but you were in a forbidden zone. I have not breached any rules.
Oh, and I'll report your talk with me to the authorities as well. So you can't pretend you didn't say any of this later, right? They're going to put you in your place. That I guarantee.
So, what should I do now?
Because you physically assaulted me, I've been sent to the hospital, so there's not much I can do with my own hands right now. But I'll send someone to visit you to meet the medical bills I owe the hospital right now.
Please wait. What proof are you referring to? This is all based on what you've heard from others.
You don't want to go there, trust me. The list will go on indefinitely. You've been terrible to me the whole time I've been around you. If that isn't enough evidence for you, how about the fact that you force women you like to work overtime without pay? And then force them to eat with you, claiming that you'll repay them in food?
What does that have to do with anything? What's the problem when two grown-ups have mutual content?
The problem is that this has been reported several times by different victims. It's not helping that you're clearly abusing your authority and status to acquire what you want from these women. All of this has been turned over to the police for further investigation.
Stop bringing up the police. You've only accused me of stuff without providing any direct evidence.
You don't want to discuss the cops? Let's change the subject now. So, how was the workplace safety inspection? Do you want that?
No, let's just forget about it.
Even from the standpoint of our organization, forcing a woman out by making her work overtime and compensating her with a supper is an inappropriate exercise of power. So you're finished either way. I'm sure there's no clause in your company's contract that mentions enticing your employees to dinner. It is not appropriate in your job.
Okay, good. I see what you're saying. I understand your point of view, so why don't we simply call it even if I send you the hospital bill?
Do you think we'll be able to finish this quickly?
In terms of job safety, there were a few things I wasn't aware of. So why don't we simply make a vow here that I will never do something like that to misuse my authority in the future? And in exchange, we can forget about submitting this information to the cops. This is what I'm going to do. I'll send you a bonus for your hard work while working for me.
That is not going to happen, and you are well aware of this.
I conducted considerable research on all of the companies that have previously partnered with you, and all of them have reported that you have treated them unfairly. Right. And I guarantee you won't hear anything like it again.
Even if we ignore everything about me providing information to authorities, you must remember that someone else who has been a victim will do it regardless. Even if you bribe me, this will not end good for you. Everyone who works for you appears to be plotting a massive riot against you, so if I were you, I'd just give it up while you can. Accept that both your company and your career are over.
Please wait a moment. Is there nothing we can do?
You went from believing you were invincible to powerless in a matter of minutes, didn't you? But you must realize that everyone you've looked down on has a life that is just as significant as yours. And that their emotions are going to flare because a chance to bring you down is about to present itself. So brace yourself for the first time in your life to be looked down upon. Following that, Jacob, the CEO, attempted to contact me and determine which hospital I was in order to pay me off to keep me quiet. But, no matter how hard he begged, I didn't answer. It didn't take long for the authorities to come after him and arrest him. At this point, there was more than enough proof to determine how evil this individual was. And it didn't help that all of his victims finally mustered the fortitude to denounce to the authorities what he had done over the years. Not long later, his company went bankrupt, never to be seen again.
Lisa, where did you go? Don't tell me you already left work.
Hi, Jenny. I finished my work on time, so I left. Did something happen?
But you're still a newbie. How dare you leave work before me? You're supposed to stay behind to help out.
But I asked Marty if I can leave and he said yes. Nobody told me that's what I'm supposed to do.
I'm in a higher position than Marty, so you should be listening to me.
What? I'm sorry. What is your title exactly?
What?
I don't mean to be rude, but nobody has told me exactly what your position is.
Right, you're a newbie, so you still don't know.
I'm sorry.
Fine, I'll tell you what my position is in this company. I'm in a relationship with the president. I am his lover.
What?
So think of me as the most powerful person in this company next to Ken.
His lover? I'm pretty sure I heard that Ken has a wife and a son who's all grown up.
Yeah, so what? Do you have a problem with that?
I don't have a problem with it. I just don't think it's something you should be going around saying to people.
No, it's fine. I can say whatever I want around here. Because Ken truly loves and respects me, so he trusts me to do whatever I want in this company. So do you understand what that means?
What does it mean?
You're really asking me that?
Yes. I don't know what it means.
Then I'll make it short and concise for you. If you ever go against me, you're fired. My decisions are Ken's decisions. I have the power to do what I want. Now that you understand, come back to work right away. And do your job.
But I have plans for tonight.
Then come in earlier tomorrow morning and finish up your work. I'll need the papers done by noon. I'll be using them for the meeting tomorrow.
Papers for the meeting tomorrow? Are you telling me to collect all the data and organize it so that you can present it in the meeting?
Yes, exactly.
But that's your job.
Yeah, so what? I'm ordering you to do it. Do as I say.
I don't think I'll be able to finish all that by noon tomorrow. Maybe if we split the load.
Tonight I have a dinner with Ken. And tomorrow morning I'm going to the spa. I have to keep myself looking young and beautiful for him.
But I don't know how to do it. Can you at least teach me how?
Use your brain. Just because you're new here, don't act like you don't know anything. Do it yourself or I'll have to fire you.
What?
Now that you understand, get to work and have it ready by noon.
Thank you so much for helping me today, Anna. I had a tight deadline, so I really appreciate it.
Oh, that was nothing. Don't worry about it. Collecting data is what I do best.
You saved me. I went to work an hour earlier than usual, but there was a lot more to do than I thought.
Yeah, that's not a workload for someone who just started. They still haven't even taught you how to use the data management software.
Yeah, that's true. So I really didn't know what to do. I'm so glad you came into work early too. When I saw you, I thought you were a hero that came in just to save my day.
Stop it. You're exaggerating. But I did come in earlier because I figure a certain someone would be forcing work on you.
Really? So does this happen a lot around here?
Yeah, all the time. Jenny has fired 5 people already this year within just a year.
Within just a year?
We have to keep looking for someone new to hire because of her. So you're the 6th person hired this year.
She really does whatever she wants to in this compan.
Yeah. And what makes it worse is that Ken just lets her.
Oh man. What am I getting myself into? I should have taken the other job, even if the pay was a little lower.
I feel you. By the way, are you good at using computers?
Why?
Because you're such a fast learner. I only had to teach you how to use the software once and you were so quick to finish up the task. I had a feeling you were an efficient worker, but you really killed it today.
Oh, thanks. I did take some courses in Eton University, so I learned the basics there, and that helps, I guess.
I see. Do you have time tomorrow after work?
Tomorrow? Yeah, I don't have any plans, but is something happening tomorrow?
You made me want to get you involved in my plan.
What plan?
I'll explain it to you tomorrow.
All right, sure.
I think you'll really like it.
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow. Have you received my wedding invitation letter? Hi, Jenny. Yes, I have, but... Are you really getting married to Ken's son? Yeah, and what's your problem? Ken knows about this. Right? Of course! He's going to be the groom's father so obviously. It was him who wanted me to get married with his son to begin with. Seriously? What? But you said that you were in a relationship with Ken, I thought. Did you break up with him? Of course not. But you're getting married to his son. I do whatever I want. Now I'm our current president's lover and I'll be our future president's wife. I'll never have to worry about money again. He loves me so much he thinks of such great plans for me. I can't even begin to comprehend this. You're just jealous because you can't get a man. Anyway, you have to be at my wedding. I'll never forgive you if you miss out on it. And don't you go yapping about anything unnecessary to my husband, you hear me? What do you mean? He doesn't know? We're worried he might have some reservations if he knew that I was involved with his father. Anyway, I don't intend to break anything off with Ken, but I also very much do intend to become the wife of a company president. This was the only way I could have both. Make sure to look happy for me at the ceremony or you'll get into trouble. And just be careful with how you act around other people. Got it. You know, Jenny, you remind me of a story I read as a kid. Oh yeah? The Ass in the Lion's Skin. Excuse me? An ass wore a lion's skin and scared off other animals by pretending to be a lion. But his roaring sounded so fake that the fox realized he was just an ass. The moral is that eventually everyone will find out you're the ass. Okay. I'm not pretending to be anything. Ken loves me for who I am and he gave me the right to be in power. Nothing is fake about any of that. You really should get yourself a man. You're so desperate and jealous that you're not making any sense. You know what, don't worry about coming to the wedding, you're fired. You shouldn't have talked like that to me. Is that so? If you still have something left to say, go ahead and say it now. Do you really think it's okay to throw this wedding? What? You really think everything will go well? Of course, everything will go perfectly. Why are you even asking me that? Anybody who says anything about my wedding will get fired. Just like you. I'm so excited for the wedding. I'm looking forward to the honeymoon after the wedding too. Oh, I'm looking forward to what's going to happen after the wedding too. What? I told you, you're not invited anymore. I fired you, you have nothing to do with it now. You don't even have to come into work from tomorrow. I'll let Ken know. Okay. Goodbye. Hey you. Pick up the phone. Oh hi, Jenny. How have you been? Is there something wrong? Stop pretending like you didn't do anything. What did you do to me? What did I do? It's supposed to be my wedding day. Why is nobody here except for Ken? My wedding planner told me that it was cancelled. This is all you're doing, isn't it? I didn't do anything. Stop lying. You're the only person who went against me these past couple of months. Who else would do such a thing to me? You have a point. But I wasn't the one who did this. I might know something about it though. What? Tell me everything you know. All right. Your plan was to marry Ken's son and get him to become the next president. But he had no intention of following after his father's footsteps and got a job at a different company.
What?
So you're not really getting married to a future president.
What? He never told me anything about that.
And why did your wedding get cancelled? Your plan was to only come in on the day of the wedding with your dress. And leave everything else up to the groom.
Yeah. But he told me that he had everything under control.
Yeah, he does have everything under control.
What do you mean?
But he's not throwing the wedding with you.
What do you mean by that?
I received a wedding invitation from him actually, but it didn't have your name on it. It seems the bride is someone else entirely.
Huh. What are you trying to say?
I guess you didn't know.
Didn't know what?
The Ken son is going to marry Carmen.
What? He's getting married with Carmen? That woman I work with?
Yes, that's her. They've been going out for almost 7 years now.
How come I didn't know that?
Everyone at work knew about it.
What?
You were the only person who didn't know. You were so blinded by your love of Ken and power that you had no idea what was going on around you, it seems.
No, there's no way I wouldn't notice.
So your lover's son and Carmen are getting married today.
What?
But they didn't want you to come bursting in and ruin everything for them. So they decided to throw their wedding in another country. And I'm invited to the wedding, so is everyone else from your company.
Huh.
It's about to start, so I have to go now.
Did everyone lose their minds? They know what's going to happen to them if they go against me. I'll get them all fired. It's you again, isn't it?
What did I do this time?
Why is nobody at work except for me and Ken? Everyone's supposed to be here for work.
Everyone quit. I'm sure you've received their resignation letters by now. They said they all sent it a few days ago.
You're right. My inbox is full of letters. Why is this happening?
Nobody wants to work at a place where they could easily get fired just by upsetting their boss's mistress. It was a good opportunity for them to resign, so they did.
What?
I'm also starting my first day at my new job, so I have to get going now. Bye.
Wait. What am I supposed to do now?
Hey, Kate. Come here whenever you're at. What are you doing? Haven't you finished making dinner yet? It's taking so long for a housewife. You're definitely not very good in the kitchen.
Come on, Mom. I'm not at home today. As I told you before, I have a work today. I prepared your lunch, so if you're hungry you can take it out of the fridge. And you can heat it up then. It's labeled for you.
Aren't you ashamed of yourself making up stories like that? Not to mention expecting your poor mother-in-law to eat cold leftovers. You really can't do anything, right?
They're not cold leftovers, Mom. I made it for you to have for lunch and you can heat it up in the microwave. And I'm not making up stories. What am I supposedly lying about?
Kate, I know. You're a full-time housewife leeching off my son's money. You don't need to pretend you have a job or anything. The truth must be that you're out shopping or something.
What? Mom, what makes you think that? And why would I make up such a lie in the first place? Anyway, I really do have a job. You can ask your son when you see him.
I know you so well, Kate. Do not hide it from me. I bet you're melding off about me to your dreadful housewife friends somewhere. Really, it's just terrible. If you have so much free time, then why aren't you down at the fertility clinic?
Why are you bringing that up of all things?
Although you call yourself a full-time housewife, you go out leaving the chores unfinished, you can gossip about me. And why haven't you and Peter had any children? It must be your fault that I don't have a grandchild. Do you think you should take some responsibility and do something about it? Poor Peter.
Mom, listen. Children are blessings. So I don't need to go to a fertility clinic. If it happens, it happens. And anyway, I do really have a job. Because of the company's policy, I usually work from home these days. But there are times I need to go to the office in person too. I know I've told you this before.
My son has bought such a beautiful house for the two of you to live in. But I can see it's going to waste in your hands. Aren't you ashamed to call yourself a housewife?
I don't call myself a housewife. I told you I have a job. Besides, the house is perfectly fine.
What are you talking about? Honestly, my dear son doesn't deserve such things.
Mom, what do you mean by that?
Peter's finally able to save enough to buy a brand new house after years. But his wife isn't doing anything to maintain it, just sitting around, lazily day after day, letting the place deteriorate. You really are a parasite after all.
Did Peter actually say any of that?
What?
Did Peter tell you he bought the house?
Of course. My son bought the house. This house is on his name. I don't even need to ask him.
Okay, if you say so. Anyway, I'm about to go back on shift now. So don't expect any more messages from me until I get home. And don't forget about your lunch in the fridge. I made it specially for you. So I'm sure you can manage something.
What a cold-hearted woman you are. I don't know how Peter married a good-for-nothing woman like you. My poor son.
Whatever, Mom.
That's over, Kate. You need to leave this house. Now. Stop leeching off my son.
Excuse me?
You're not going to conduct yourself like a proper wife. So I can't let you free vote off my son anymore. You parasite. So I demand that you leave this house.
What are you talking about? You demand that I leave? Why? I have been nothing but decent to you this whole time. And besides, you're the one who decided to come and move in with us in the first place. And now you're asking me to leave? Do you really think that is going to happen?
It's going to happen. I'm Peter's mother, you know. I have the right to decide who lives in our house.
Even though the house doesn't belong to either of you?
Again? Acting all high and mighty. How dare you downplay his achievements? He's worked for years to afford this place. You should show him some appreciation. This horrible attitude of yours is exactly why you're a parasite housewife. You can't have children and doesn't do housework. You have no worth in this world. No worth at all.
Mom, no, Ella, what an old-fashioned attitude you have. I'm almost impressed that you can really say that with a straight face. You're not knowing anything about the situation.
Not content with bad-mouthing my son, so you intend to mock me as well now?
Not at all. In fact, I intend to honor your request if you so insist.
Well, you'll be leaving immediately. I feel like my luck is draining away with every second you spend in this house. So do me a favor and vacate the property as soon as possible.
Fine, Ella. If that's how you feel, then I guess there's nothing for it. I'll be gone before you know it.
Well, it's about time. My son and I will finally be free from your burdensome presence. I've been terribly stressed out having to live in the same house with a disgusting parasite like you.
You're really crossing the line, Ella. I've put up with you too much. This is verbal abuse.
I don't care how you feel about it. You'll be out of the house soon. My son bought the house with the money he earned. So we don't want to let parasite like you around who doesn't contribute to the house. Just leave us in peace.
Sure. I don't need to live here anymore. I'll go. You and your dear son can live together happily.
You know that, right? I'm surprised a silly woman like you can get that.
Well, I'll just sell the house then. I need the money to buy another house to live in, you know, right?
What? What do you mean? You sell the house? How dare you?
I don't want to say anymore.
Just a minute there. Explain what you meant by that. How exactly are you planning to do that?
Well, it's, in fact, my house. So if you insist that I leave, I guess that means I have no choice but to sell it. Unless you decide to leave instead. But in which case, I'll probably still sell it. A beautiful house, I'm sure I can sell it pretty easily. But either way, you don't need to live with a horrible parasite like me anymore. Does that reassure you?
What? Wait a minute. What's going on? I don't get it. What are you saying? It's your house? What are you talking about? You've been talking nonsense this whole time. You must be lying to me. Don't act like this house belongs to you when Peter worked hard for years to afford it. How dare you belittle my son?
I'm not belittling anyone. I'm just telling you the truth. This house does belong to me in the legal sense.
How can that be?
I paid for it with my money. The deed is in my name.
I don't understand.
Yeah. The house you've been living in this whole time actually belongs to your cold-hearted parasite. Do you get it? Don't be so surprised. The house is my property, so if you want me to leave, you'll have to purchase it from me.
What? You say that it's not Peter's house?
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to tell you this entire time. Oh, I forget to tell you something. That Peter hasn't gone to work for over a year. He's unemployed.
What?
Oh, it looks like he didn't tell you yet. At first, he did try to find another job. But he gave up when he couldn't find any. He hasn't been to a job interview or sent a resume out in months. He's been living off my money this entire time.
But I see him going out every morning. He also dress up well. How could that be true? I don't believe you.
Oh, it's up to you. You can ask your dear son to check my word. You know what? He just takes the car out and hangs out with his friends all the time. Maybe he wants to look like an employed man to hide from the reality. I know that, but I haven't said anything. I did believe that he would find a job some days. But never did I imagine being forced to leave out my house.
What?
I pay all the bills, allowances, everything. I also know that he steals my money to go down to the racetrack and gambles. He just sits in a bar until after dark, or he just spends the day playing video games at his girlfriend's house.
His girlfriend's? Gambling? No, you're definitely lying. You're making things up again. My son would never do any of those things.
You could believe whatever you want to believe. But it won't change the fact that what I just told you is the truth. You can ask him. The one who's been supporting you this entire time isn't him. It is me. I've been letting the both of you live in my house. I pay for all your expenses.
This can't be happening. That Peter is unemployed, that can't be right. It doesn't make any sense. If neither of you are working, then how have you been able to afford to live?
How many times do I have to tell you? I have a job and I work from home. I've been working since before Peter and I were even married. So I have some savings. But things are different now. I can't take living in the same house with the two of you and dealing with your behavior anymore. I'll be leaving this place, so I'm going to sell the house.
I could wait to ask Peter if what you're saying is true. But if it's true, where are we gonna go? We have no income, I'm already retired. How are we going to live?
I don't have any clue and I don't even care about this. I guess you'll have to figure that out with your scumbag son and decide for yourselves.
What? How dare you call my son a scumbag? What an awful thing to say about your own husband.
Well, it's the truth, he's unemployed now. So if I divorce him, I doubt he'll be able to pay the alimony. Since we've come to this point, I've already made up my mind to divorce him. I think his girlfriend might help him out with the legal fees.
You're planning to divorce him and sell this house? Are you being serious?
I'm serious. Why would I want to keep living here while supporting my cheating husband? There's nothing in it for me. Anyway, you should make your decision soon. Whether the two of you are going to leave the house, or whether you will stay and buy the house from me. The housing market is still going up. So I recommend you decide quickly.
How could you do this to us? You're Peter's wife. I'll admit I didn't know anything about him being unemployed. But everyone falls on hard times in life. And as his wife, it's your job to support him when things are difficult.
Don't you realize what I did? I did support him for an entire year. Actually, I put up with all your bullying and verbal abuse. I put up with his cheating and let him gamble away my money. But this is what it's all come to you. This is the last straw, to be honest.
But you can't just force us out of the house.
Why can't I?
You're not thinking things through. Consider the situation we'll be in if you do that.
But have you two ever thought about my situation?
What do you mean?
You try to force me to leave when you thought this was Peter's house. You even didn't care where I would live. Did you think about what I would do or where I would go?
Well, you could have just gone back to live with your parents or something like that.
My parents live on the other side of the country. You didn't think about me at all. So you don't get the right to complain when I treat you the same way.
What are you trying to say?
How many times do I have to repeat myself? I'm selling the house. If you want me to leave, that means I have to sell it. Because it's my legal house. Do you understand now? I don't care where you and your scumbag son go.
Really, Kate? How can you take such an irresponsible attitude to us? We're your family.
No, don't say that. Once the divorce is settled, you're just some other people that have nothing to do with. I'm not being irresponsible at all. Although I'm sure you turned as white as a sheep during this conversation. But I'm well past my limit. This is the action I've been driven towards. All of this is your fault. So now take what you deserve.
Please, Kate. Please think about Peter and I a little. I'm sorry for what I did. I'm now enlightened. I beg for you forgiveness.
No, no way. I'm done. I'm done thinking about the two of you. I don't need either of you in my life anymore. No matter how you try and persuade me, I've already made up my mind.
Peter doesn't have a job right now, so how are we supposed to live? Who is going to support us?
Who know? I guess you're gonna have to get a job. You're not old enough to receive a pension.
No, I don't to work. I just want to enjoy my life.
Well, look who's the lazy woman. So, bye now. Never contact me again. After that, Ella found out the truth about her son. She realized that everything I told her was true. In the end, Peter was at a loss. After the divorce, he is still jobless. He's also forced to pay alimony because he'd been cheating and abusive. There's nothing they could do to save themselves.
Hey, John! I can't believe how close our wedding day is. I'm so excited and grateful to be sharing this journey with you.
Hi, Emma. Me too. I'm over the moon with happiness. You're the love of my life, and I can't wait to call you my wife. We're going to have an amazing life together. We're going to have an amazing life together.
Absolutely! And you know what makes it even more special? Knowing that we'll face life's challenges together, hand in hand. You always make me feel safe and loved.
I'll always be here for you, Emma. No matter what comes our way, we'll tackle it as a team. We might not have the highest salaries, but I promise to work hard and give you the best life I can.
That means the world to me, John. Your love and dedication are worth more than any material possessions. We'll find joy and happiness in the little things, and together, we'll make our dreams come true.
You're right, Emma. Our love will be the foundation of our happy family. And when it comes to responsibilities, we'll share the housework happily, just like we share everything else.
I'm so glad we see eye to eye on this. It's essential that we support each other in all aspects of our life together. I don't expect everything to be perfect, but I know we'll make it work with love and understanding.
Exactly. Life is full of ups and downs, but as long as we face them together, we can overcome anything. Your love gives me strength and courage. And I know we'll find ways to make things work even with our current salaries.
I believe in us, John. We're a team and we'll figure it out. With your love and support, I know we can make our life beautiful and meaningful.
You're my rock, Emma. And I'll do everything I can to provide for you and our future family. We'll work hard and make smart decisions to give ourselves a comfortable life.
I appreciate your determination, John. It eases my worries knowing that you're by my side. Together, we'll face any challenges that come our way, and we'll cherish every moment of happiness.
I can't wait to see what the future holds for us. It's going to be an incredible journey, and I'm excited to take it with you. We'll support each other, lift each other up, and build a life full of love.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear. You make my heart so full, John. I love you deeply, and I'm so grateful for the life we're about to start together.
I love you too, Emma. Let's keep looking forward to our wedding day and the beautiful life we'll create. I'm the luckiest person alive to have you as my partner.
The feeling is mutual, my love. See you soon, and we'll continue to make our dreams a reality together.
See you soon. Love you, Emma.
After getting married, John and I both tried to work hard to earn more money and build a happy life.
Hey, Emma, I have to work overtime tonight. Prepare a meal for me, but don't bother waiting up. I'll be late.
John, I understand you have to work, but I don't like being ordered around like that. Can we talk about it?
Look, Emma, I don't have time for this right now. I just need you to have dinner ready when I get home. I'm working hard for us, and I expect you to support me.
John, I do support you, but I'm also your partner, not a servant. We should make decisions together, not have you dictate everything to me.
Fine, if you don't want to support me, then I'll figure it out on my own. I thought you cared about our future, but I guess I was wrong.
John, that's not what I meant. I do care about our future, and I support your hard work. I just want us to communicate and make decisions together.
Whatever. I don't have time to argue with you right now. Just have dinner ready when I get home, and we'll talk about this later.
Fine, I'll have dinner ready. But I hope we can talk about this soon and find a way to work through things together.
Yeah, we'll talk later. I have to go back to work now.
Okay, John. Take care and drive safely. We left this issue behind because I do understand that he might be got much pressure at work. I also work hard and take care of housework to support him. After 6 months.
Hey, Emma! Guess what? I have some exciting news to share.
Oh, John, you sound so happy. What is it? Tell me.
I got a promotion at work. Can you believe it? I'll let you guess the position.
Wow, John, that's amazing. Congratulations. I'm so proud of you. Let me guess. Are you the new team leader?
You got it, Emma! I'm going to be the team leader, and I couldn't be happier. This means I can finally earn more money, and we can plan for our future together.
That's incredible, John. I'm so happy for you. This promotion is well deserved, and I know you'll do a fantastic job as a team leader. I can't wait to see all the great things you'll accomplish.
You're right, Emma. It's essential for me to focus on my work and get used to the added responsibilities. We can discuss starting a family in the near future when the timing feels right for both of us.
That sounds like a plan, John. I believe that good things come to those who wait. We'll have our little bundle of joy when the time is perfect for us.
Emma, I can't stop thinking about our future together. With this promotion, I feel like we're one step closer to our dreams.
Me too, John. It's incredible to see your hard work paying off. I'm so proud of you. Our dreams of a bigger house and starting a family feel more attainable now.
Exactly! I can picture us in a bigger, cozier house with a beautiful nursery for our future baby. It warms my heart just thinking about it.
Oh, John, I can imagine it too. It's everything I've ever wanted.
And I want that for us too, Emma. You've been my biggest motivation. I can't wait to see you as a loving mother, showering our baby with love and care.
You always know how to make me feel special, John. I can't wait to experience the joy of motherhood with you by my side as the most supportive father.
It's a dream come true for both of us, Emma. I promise to be the best father I can be and to support you every step of the way. Our baby will be so lucky to have you as their mother.
You're absolutely right, John. Our love will be the foundation of our family, and that's what will make our house a home. I can't wait to create a warm and loving environment for our child.
Absolutely. And before we think about anything else, let's celebrate this special moment together. I want to take you to that fancy restaurant we've been talking about to celebrate my promotion.
That sounds like a wonderful idea, John. I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait to celebrate your success with you. It'll be a perfect evening.
I'm looking forward to it, Emma. Thank you for being my rock and for always supporting me. You're the best partner I could ever ask for.
And you're the best partner too, John. I love you so much, and I'm grateful for everything we have together. Let's make this celebration one to remember.
Agreed. I love you more than words can express, Emma. See you soon for our celebration.
Love you too, John. Can't wait to see you. John's new position at work means he has to spend more time at work, and he left every workhouse to me. He seems to have forgotten that I have to go to work too.
Emma, where are you? How come you didn't come back from work before me? Why isn't dinner ready? I'm starving over here. I don't appreciate coming home to an empty house.
I'm sorry, John. I'm still at work. I sent you a message earlier, letting you know that I have to work overtime today. I didn't have time to prepare dinner. Just make your own food. I left some chicken in the fridge for you to eat. Put some in the microwave and heat it up. It shouldn't take you more than a minute.
Are you serious about what you're saying? You expect me to believe that? You should have told me earlier. Why the hell do I have to make my own food? I'm exhausted from work too, and I don't need this added stress.
I understand you've been very busy with your job since you were promoted. But please do at least that much on your own. I have my responsibilities at work too, and it's not fair to leave all the housework to me. You're not helping at all, even when things are going fine for you, right?
That was all in the past. This is now. Did you forget how much I make now after getting promoted? You and I aren't on the same level anymore.
Please stop talking like that. Why have you been talking like that to me lately? You were never someone who would say those kinds of things.
I'm not acting weird at all. I'm just making my position as clear as day. Well, I make more money than you, so it's only fair that you take care of the house.
See? That right there. That's not something you would have ever said to me before you got this promotion. Seriously, just what the hell happened to you? Did something bad happen when you were at work?
No, it is not like that. Wouldn't it be unfair for me to help out with the house? Even though I'm the one who's making more money. Up until now, there wasn't that much of a difference between both of our wages. But now that isn't the case, which, like I said, is why you need to recognize where you stand in this marriage, which is below me. I need you to be at home to do all of the housework.
That's not how it should be, John. We're partners, and we both contribute to our home and our life together. Just because you make more money doesn't mean I should do everything around the house. No one is higher or lower than the other when it comes to marriage. It shouldn't matter which one of us is making most of the money. It's definitely been a lot of help to us that your wage has increased, but life isn't just about making money, right?
Money equals power, and I'm the one providing for us. You should be grateful for everything I provide for you. I work hard to give us a comfortable life. And all I ask is for you to take care of things at home.
I am grateful for what you do, but I need you to understand that I have my own career and responsibilities too. It's not fair for you to expect me to do all the housework just because you make more money.
You're supposed to support me and follow my orders. I'm the one in charge here.
I can't believe you just said that, John. This is not how a partnership works. We're supposed to work together, not have one person dictating everything.
You're being unreasonable. I work long hours, and I'm exhausted. I shouldn't have to come home and do housework too.
And I work long hours too, John. I'm exhausted too, but I still do my best to contribute to our home and our life together. I need you to understand that.
This is pointless. I'm going to get some takeout. I don't want to argue anymore.
Fine, do what you want. But we need to talk about this, John. We can't keep avoiding our issues and pretending everything is okay.
Whatever. I need some space right now. I'll be back later.
Take all the time you need, but we can't ignore this. We need to have an open and honest conversation about our roles and responsibilities in this relationship.
I said I'll be back later. Don't nag me.
It's not nagging, John. It's called communication. But fine, take your time. A few months later.
Emma, where are you? Why isn't dinner ready again? I'm tired, and I can't believe you're doing this to me again.
I'm still at work, John. I've been trying to juggle everything, but I'm really busy too. I can't always be the one to prepare dinner.
This is ridiculous. You know I work long hours too, and I come home expecting a meal on the table. Is that too much to ask?
I understand, John, but I have my own responsibilities too. I can't always drop everything to take care of the house and dinner.
You're supposed to be taking care of these things. Isn't that your job as my wife?
No, John, it's not. We're partners, and we both have responsibilities. I have my career, and I can't neglect that just to take care of the house all the time.
This is unbelievable. I can't believe you're doing this to me again. You should know better by now.
I'm sorry, John, but I can't keep putting my own needs and career aside just to take care of everything at home. It's not fair to me.
Fair? You want to talk about fairness? You got hurt from what I said about money, didn't you?
Yes, I did get hurt, John. You said money equals power, and it made me feel like my contributions didn't matter. But now, things have changed.
What do you mean?
I got a promotion a while ago, and now my salary is higher than yours. I worked hard for it because I didn't want to feel powerless anymore. Now it's my turn to be queen.
Wait, you're kidding, right?
No, John, I'm not. It's the truth. I wanted to prove to myself and to you that my career matters too, and I won't be dismissed because of money.
Hold on, you can't be trying to force all of the housework on me, right? Even as it is now, I still have a job, right? I don't have time to do any of this stuff.
I was always doing it before, so it's not like you can't do it either, right? Are you going to oppose me even though I'm the one making more money than you? After all, weren't you the one who originally said all of that?
Well, it's not very reasonable if you think about it realistically. Since I get tired due to being so overworked at my job, I don't have the mental energy to get all of these chores done by myself.
Don't you think that I get tired as well, though? But even then, you made me do all that work anyway, right? I never got any breaks or encouragement from you. So wouldn't you say that you were the one who doesn't have any right to complain?
Well, congratulations, you got what you wanted. Now I have to take care of everything at home because you're too busy with your important job.
It's not about one person doing everything, John. We're supposed to be partners, supporting each other.
This doesn't feel like a balance to me. It feels like you're trying to prove something and make me feel inferior.
That's not my intention at all, John. I just wanted us to be equals, to share the responsibilities, and to support each other's dreams.
Well, it doesn't feel like support to me. It feels like you've changed, and I don't know if I can handle it.
I'm still the same person, John. I want us to work through this together. But we need to communicate and find a way to support each other without feeling resentful.
I don't know what to say, Emma. I feel hurt and angry, and I don't know how to deal with these emotions.
I understand, John. Take some time to process your feelings, and when you're ready, let's talk. I don't want us to end on this note. I want us to find a way to be happy together.
I need some space. I'll talk to you later.
After a few weeks, John finally realized something when he has to take care of housework while I was busier at work than him.
I've been thinking a lot, and I realize now that I was wrong. Emma, I need to talk to you. Money is not power, and I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry.
John, I appreciate you reaching out and acknowledging that. It means a lot to me. I know we both have our careers and responsibilities, and we need to find a balance that works for both of us.
You're right, Emma. I've been feeling overwhelmed with all the housework, and I didn't consider how busy you are at work. I want us to share our life together and support each other.
I want that too, John. We both have our strengths and weaknesses. And together, we can create a happy and fulfilling life. Money is important, but it's not everything. We need to find time for ourselves and for each other.
I promise to be more understanding and supportive of your career, just like you've been supportive of mine. I don't want our relationship to be based on traditional roles or expectations.
Thank you, John. That means a lot to me. Let's communicate openly about our needs and find ways to make our relationship more balanced and fulfilling for both of us.
I couldn't agree more, Emma. I want us to have a loving and supportive partnership. We'll make time for each other, and we won't let work or money consume us.
That's exactly what I want too, John. Let's make a conscious effort to spend quality time together, to nurture our love, and to cherish each other.
I'm looking forward to that, Emma. And I promise to be more proactive in sharing the housework and taking some of the burden off you.
Thank you, John. We're in this together, and I believe we can make our relationship even stronger.